Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Quantum Leap Futures Morning Leap session for Wednesday, November the 7th, 2018. My name is Doug McKay. I'm the founder of Quantum Leap Futures. Each morning we get together in these live go-to sessions to take a look at the market, macro to micro, take a look at the structure of the market, and then we drill down to our trade levels, our targets, and our hypotheses. Our hypotheses are our trade plans. We do create multiple trade plans. We do not know what the market's going to do. Therefore, we create scenarios or plans based on who takes control, wait for the market to open up, and then wait to see who takes control, then execute the plan that best suits the market, and then adjust the plans accordingly as the context of the market changes, if it changes. This is a subscription room. If you're interested in checking it out, send me an email at quantumleapfutures@gmail.com. There's no website, there's no blog. This is not a commercial venture. We do everything here live in the go-to in the pre-market, and then we do live trading and analysis during the course of the trading day. Please read through the disclaimer. Nobody at Quantum Leap is a certified trading advisor. Past performance is not indicative of future results. Any trades that you see in Quantum Leap are for education purposes only. Please trade your own due diligence, your own trade plan, your own risk metrics. So last night was the election night. Let's just take a look at what happened. Polls started coming in after 6 o'clock. We had a bit of a sell-off back down into the VPOC from the prior day. Then we started to rally, got up to 74. Rejection, come back and test the range high from the day. And basically, during most of the night until we got into the European session, we basically fought the high of the prior day at 61. And then Europe opened up. They, like the Democratic, regained the House, and they rip it up, take us up into the 2787, and then we basically go sideways. We have a double distribution overnight. VPOC just shifted from the 66 area where it was most of the night, just shifted up to the 80. We are accepting value higher. We are going to gap up today and open auction out of range. And if you look at the big picture, we basically broke out of balance yesterday with the move, closed near the highs, and we are expecting the continuation with the move into the close. The auction was halted, interrupted, and then we get the move up, and we come up back inside of this balance and move up into the 87 area, which is kind of this LVN area right here, and a former microcomposite VPOC just at the 83.50. And so far we're just chopping. So we're back up inside of this balance right here, inside of this distribution zone between 51 and 84.75. And we'll have to see if we just chop here today or we get the continuation and get over the 91. 91 is going to be an important level today. It's going to be my key line in the sand above, and we'll have to see. 1 second. Sorry about that. So news today, we've got Canadian IV PMI. We've got at 10 o'clock. We've got crude inventories and its associates at 10:30. We've got 30-year bond at 1 o'clock, and then we have at 3 o'clock we've got consumer credit. Just keep in mind that tomorrow is going to be the FOMC. If is usually on a Wednesday, but because of the elections, I'm assuming that's why they moved it. So we've got FOMC statement, and the interest rate decision is tomorrow at 2 o'clock. So today could be a balancing day, as we figure out the election results, the midterm results, and we're waiting on the FOMC tomorrow. We're likely to see a balancing day with two-sided trading. Let's take a look at the macro. I always like to start with a macro chart. I use a 9 EMA, 20 SMA. I start on the monthly, work my way down. And what I'm looking for is where are we within the trend? How strong is the trend on each time frame? Looking for slope and separation, price paralleling the 9 for the strength of the trend, a challenge to the trend with a move below the 9, or a change of trend with a break of the 9 and the 20. You can see beautiful trend. They come down, they challenge the 9. We put in that low, and then we bounce. And right now we're now just getting back above the 9 EMA, and this is possibility of a continuation. Keep an eye on the 63. Really, I'm using 61 as that is the range high from yesterday, but you can use the 63 as well. Going to the weekly, we are moving back to, we have this downward trend, and we're moving back to the 9 EMA. And if we can get above that 91, we're likely to make the move up into this 2800 and test the 20 SMA. Going to the daily, you can see that we have changed the trend. We have a downward trend, good slope separation. They take it back, and then they slowly grind it way back above the 9 and the 20. We're about to get a MA cross of the 9 over the 20, and see a possible change of trend to the upside. Going to the intraday, the 4-hour, you can see that we do have an upward trend in the early stages. We're getting slope and separation. Prices paralleling 9 nicely. Got a little bit of a technical gap. A move back to close the technical gap will bring us back down into that 63 area, and an important level to hold. And again, I'm using the 61, but you can use the 63 if you want. And then just going to the 30-minute, we've come back, and we're now challenging this upward trend and getting a break below the 9 EMA. Watch the 73. There's a LVN from the overnight session at 73.75, and we could see a retest of that today. So taking a look again at the structure, key levels to pay attention to the downside, 61 and 51. That 50-50 shifts up, and it is also right on top of the value area high of the longer time frame balance that we just broke out of, and look for a move up. 75.50 is another level, but I'm using the 73.75, and of course the 84 and the 91 becomes the key line in the sand above. So if we look at the overnight inventory, overnight inventory is about 100% net long, a little bit less than 100%, but it's pretty long in time and price. We had very good volume again last night. We had OTF participation. You can see that the volume is 445,000. That's 4 times the actual usual range of about 100,000, 110,000. And we've got the VPOC shift up here, and we're coming down to test this 75, and you can see that there's a LVN right there at the 73.75, and the last swing low, the fractal low there at 74. In terms of overnight levels, we've got our overnight high at 87, our overnight low at 44.75. The daily ATR is running at 60.84. That's the 20 period full session average true range. The upside daily ATR target, 87. The upside daily ATR is up at 28.0550. That's the up target. The down target is down all the way at 27.26 and a quarter. So we have range capabilities. We do have gap. Just looking, if we open up right here, 76 and a quarter, and our close was 59 and a quarter. So the half gap is approximately, again, it's going to be adjusted on the open, 67.75. So in terms of hypotheses, I think we have a balancing day above the prior day range. I'm looking for an open auction out of range. I'm looking for a move down to test the 66 area and the half back. And somewhere between the 66 and the 61, I'm looking for buyers to step in and rotate us up and take out the overnight high, take a run at 91, fail, and basically just chop in this area and close somewhere around the 72 and a quarter microcomposite VPOC in this prior balance area that we fell out of and went and put that month low in. That is hypo 1. Equally weighted is hypo 2, open auction out of range, a move up into the 91, a push through 91 and somewhere between 91 and 98. Sellers take control, rotate us back down, and basically come down and just basically chop between the 61 and the 91 and just go sideways. That is hypo 2. Hypo 3 is a gap and go trend day, open test drive, failure to come down and test the range high, somewhere between 66 and 72. Find buyers, initiative buyers, rip us up into the overnight high, take out the overnight high, and then break through the 91 and come up and test the 2800s and close somewhere up here near that century mark of 2800. That is hypo 3. Hypo 4 is a open auction out of range, failed to take out the overnight high, push down into the prior day range, and then break and then come down and take out the overnight low and come back inside of this balance, chop around here, get a late day probe down into the 31 to 28, and then find buyers and come up and close somewhere in the 27.45 to 27.50. Those are my main hypotheses for the day. Going over to gold. Gold continues its balance, but we're seeing a little bit of weakness coming in, and we're coming down and testing the value area low right now at the 27. It's a hard call right now in terms of, do we stay in this balance and get another probe up, or do we fall and break below the 13? It's very difficult right now to find an edge in gold, but the levels I'd be watching are 27 and 37, basically the value area, high and low in this area, and a move below could take us down to test this 13, a move above could take us up and test the 46. I mean, sorry, I don't have much more than that on gold, but gold is in a wide-ranging balance around that 33, and just doesn't seem to get any significant power to move in either direction. That's going to complete our pre-market session. As always, trade well, trade safe, and we'll catch you on the flip side.